Earful Tower listeners, it's another Monday in Paris, and that means another episode for you guys. Before I even get into this episode, I just want to stress there is a live show on Wednesday. 2 days from now, Wednesday the 18th, it's going to be me and Adrian Leeds, the beret-wearing, house-hunting, real estate legend. We're going to be talking about why Paris, why do people move to Paris, why do they fall in love with Paris, why is it so expensive? She's going to be answering those questions in front of a live audience. Get your tickets. There's a link on the website, theearfultower.com. And if you're abroad, you can watch it if you're a Patreon subscriber to this show. There's a closed Facebook group, and I'm going to be streaming it live. Anyway, on with the episode where Lina, my fiancée, comes in to help me explain Season 4 plans, the honeymoon season, the Amour de France, the trip around France. Let's do it.
One man, one country, one red scooter. Here's the Earful Tower with Oliver G.
Lina.
Yes.
Welcome to the studio.
Hello, thank you.
This is going to be a little bit different to Season 4 because we're sitting in a studio comfortably, whereas Season 4, the honeymoon season, some are calling it. It's gonna,
I think it's just us at this point, but yes.
But that's the whole point of today is we're going to talk about it, get people familiar with the plan, see if they care. If you guys don't care, well, I guess we won't do it.
Well, we'll still
do it. Just not for anybody except ourselves.
Just more private.
So here's the idea. For those who still have no idea what's going on, Lina is my fiancée.
Hello. Yes.
Soon to be wife, if all goes to plan. Mm-hmm. And then for the honeymoon, we're jumping on the scooter, the red scooter that's mentioned often in the show, and we're driving a big old heart shape around France.
Yes.
So far, so good?
It's a big journey.
A big journey, something that we've kind of done before, but I thought today we'd talk through the idea a little bit, and I mean, to be fair, the idea was yours, so maybe you can start us off. Why did you want to do around France?
Well, I think we've been living in France for about 3 years now, and we've done a few little weekend trips kind of outside of Paris, but haven't really seen much of France.
And that, I think a lot of people who live in Paris are the same.
Yeah.
You end up, Paris is kind of like a country.
It is kind of like a country. There are so many parts to it and everything's different, and you really want to get familiarize yourself with it.
Yeah. Especially people that work full time, Monday to Friday. Then I don't know if you think about this, but you only get to see Paris on the weekends.
Yeah.
So you work in an office or whatever, and then when you get out on the weekends swarmed with tourists, what actually happens on a Wednesday morning? Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird, isn't it? So it takes a while to get used to this city before you can even start thinking about France as a whole.
Yeah.
But forget just Paris. It's time to move on.
It's time to move on and move to the roads.
So
the open roads of France.
How did you come up with the idea?
Well, I thought, so last summer you and me, we did this epic road trip coast to coast of America.
New York to LA.
Exactly. We rented a car and we spent 6 weeks on the road, and we just saw everything and nothing, from ghost towns to amazing, beautiful cities.
Grand Canyon and San Francisco and New Orleans, but then also little tiny places in the middle of Texas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought, it was just such a good time, and it's such a good way of really seeing a country. Because I've been to New York before, and I just didn't think that was really representative of the whole country. It was a really good way of seeing it.
And so then you transplant that over Paris. Exactly. You think Paris is the New York of...
Well, I thought if we done this and got to know America, why not get to know France, where we actually live?
Your own back garden.
Because France is so much more than Paris.
And a big criticism of this show, some people, one of the many, is that all it ever handles about, all that we ever talk about
that was almost a bit Swinglish.
That was Swinglish.
Yeah.
It's your accent. It makes me...
Well, it brings out the best in you.
She's Swedish, by the way. Anyway, so they say there's more to France than just Paris, and the tagline for the Eiffel Tower is figuring out France.
Yeah.
So it works.
It's about time you actually do it.
Exactly. So then this idea of going on this long trip, bringing a camera as well, bringing the audio recording, and then just sort of sharing the best bits of the country.
Exactly.
So we sat down with a map and we talked it through. And this is where I want you guys, the listeners, anyone that's listening to this who has more knowledge of France than I do, and that is, in terms of having visited it, that's probably a lot of you. Because I've only really been to the main, Nice and Bordeaux and stuff.
The main tourists.
Yeah, right, and Monaco. But I want you guys to really be involved in this and to give tips and suggestions and ideas to make it better.
Yeah, it'd be great if you could be involved in planning the trip with us.
Exactly, because like this is truly it. This is figuring out France. This is what, I mean, we've both been talking about for a long time, and we're going to try and do it. So the plan, just to make it really clear, we're getting the red scooter, we're sitting on it in Paris, we're going northwest in a big sort of arching shape, and then down along the west coast.
Yeah, try to follow the coastline.
That's right. And then in towards Marseille, so cut through the middle of it, back up through the Alps, and then another big arch on the northeastern side, forming the shape of a love heart.
Very corny.
Also your corny idea. Explain yourself.
I just thought it'd be, I don't know. I guess I'm a silly romantic. But yeah, why not? It's kind of cute. It's kind of stupid.
Someone say gimmicky.
It is gimmicky, but also why not?
You did the those.
It's a good route anyways.
That's exactly right.
I think I just just looked at the map and saw the places that I really wanted to visit, and they kind of formed the shape of a love heart anyways. So
at a stretch.
At a very, very
But the cool
stretch.
thing about taking this trip is that
ugly heart.
It is an ugly heart, like a real heart.
Yeah, it's seen some stuff.
If you pull somebody's heart out of their body, it doesn't look.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's been through some tough times.
Yeah.
But
much like a marriage.
Oh wow.
That was deep.
Yeah. Jeez.
We're not even married yet.
No. So the shape of the love heart. People say, that's scooter. Are you crazy to do on a scooter? The top speed is 40 kilometers an hour, 50 if the wind's behind you and you're going downhill. And that is difficult because that means you're not allowed to go on the main highways. But I think that's great because we get to go to all the small villages and...
it forces us to take the back routes.
Exactly, which I'm looking forward to. That was the best bit of the American trip.
Definitely. We saw the tiny little places and stayed at little motels and inns and roadside houses.
I've got a list of 20 cities on the way that we sat down and wrote. So I'm going to read out these 20, roughly the 20 big places in the big love heart shape. If you're listening to this and you're finding it hard to picture, Lina's done it. Lina's an illustrator on the side.
Yeah.
So if you look at Parisian postcards, that's a good way to get the idea of what she does on Instagram. But she's done a map showing the exact trip that we're going to do, this big love heart shape, so you can get an idea. But I'm going to read off the 20 cities. And all you guys sitting there thinking at home, I want you to think, hang on, he's missed this. Hang on, they've got to go here. And send me an email. Yeah. I'm really... this episode now is gauging your interest. So let me know if you're interested. But listen to this list and tell me if it whets your appetite for travel in France. You ready? You ready, Lina?
I'm ready.
Paris. That's where we start.
Well, that's a good one.
Giverny. That's Monet's Gardens. And now almost the rest I haven't been to. Rouen. Caen. Cannes. Rennes. Nantes. La Rochelle. Bordeaux. Been there?
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No.
Not yet. Toulouse.
I've had some of their wine.
Oh my! I had some of their white wine the other day.
Really?
I didn't even know they made white wine.
Oh, me neither.
Toulouse, Carcassonne, which is the ancient fortified town. Montpellier, Aix-en-Provence, Marseille, Nice,
the
Monaco.
Red City?
The Red City.
Is that Marseille?
That's Toulouse.
Why is it called the Red City again?
All the old brickwork in the houses. See, I know about these places, but I've just never been there.
Oh, this is the exciting part.
They say Nice, Monaco, Grenoble in the French Alps. So now we're coming back up on the right-hand
Do you
side.
think a scooter is going to be able to go uphill?
That's
up
probably
mountain?
That's probably where we'll run out of steam, I think.
Yeah.
And then Lyon,
that
Dijon, Nancy, Reims in the Champagne sort of region, and then back into Paris. So there's a sort of top 20 that we want to see.
Our grand entrance.
But we'll probably be, down the Champs- Élysées.
Yeah, please everyone come and
like
towards the mid-September, I think we'll be rolling back in.
That's on the back of a truck.
Yeah.
So
Please come and welcome us back.
But you bring up an interesting point. It's going to be about mid-August to mid-September, but that is depending on...
Yeah, rough plan.
Yeah, rough plan.
Depending on if the scooter lasts that long.
Well, that brings up a good point. These are the concerns. Concerns. And that's my biggest concern, that the scooter won't make it.
It has kind of been described as cheap Asian, what was it?
Yeah.
Cheap Chinese.
Cheap
what was that?
Chinese crap.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I took it in when the light was broken recently, and the guy said, we don't fix cheap Chinese crap around here. And he sent me to Fun Scooter around the corner, which sounded like a kind of toy shop, but they
Toys R Us for scooters.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, they fixed it, and he didn't tease me about it. But that is a serious concern. The scooter won't make it. So if Vespa's listening, I don't know if they listen to the show, but feel free
They
to
probably
help
are.
us out with a scooter. I don't care. I'd
Yeah, one each. Why not? Just chuck an extra in there.
But that's the concern, that we might not make it. The aim is about 3 hours of driving a day.
Then we
I
have
think.
to walk because we are finishing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
We're not going to be quitters.
Some people have suggested getting a deux chevaux, one of those
What's
old.
that?
It's one of the old
Two
cars.
horses?
Yeah, you know those old tourist cars you see in Paris. I think it's 2 horsepower, and that's why they call
Oh,
it.
that's
You
what
know
it
the
stands
old
for. That makes sense.
touristy. They look like they'd blow over in the wind.
Oh, the very cute ones?
Yep.
Ah,
Someone suggested
yeah.
we do that, but I think that's cheating.
Well, maybe we could strap the scooter to the back of it, so it's kind of...
That's a plan.
Or maybe, yeah, so the two
They're
horses are
expensive.
pulling the scooter.
Apparently they're really expensive now. They used to be really, really cheap back in the day, but now not so much anymore.
Yeah, maybe
But that's
they're
an
like
idea. Well,
cult cars now.
so scooter health, main concern. Rain, another concern.
Rain, yeah.
If you're driving in the rain, it won't be
Go.
very nice and it will be quite slippery.
Mm.
But in August, it's meant to be really nice in France.
Yeah, and everyone's... Where is everyone in France in August?
Everyone's out of Paris.
That's what it is.
All the Parisians. You guys maybe don't know anyone who's not lived in Paris, but Paris dies in August. Everyone
Yeah,
disappears.
It's ghost town.
A lot of tourists, I always wonder when tourists come into Paris in August and they see it so quiet and a lot of the bakeries are closed, if they think, wow, Paris is such a quiet city.
Yeah.
When in reality,
and then
it's never
September
like
comes
that. Yeah.
around and it just...
But then the tourists have gone, they don't even know.
yeah.
Come
true.
to Paris outside of August if you want to see the real Paris.
Yeah, if you want the hustle and bustle.
Hustle and bustle.
Mm.
Luggage, another concern. I've written down concerns here.
Well, we don't really need to pack much.
Yeah,
What are we going to bring?
hand luggage.
Toothbrush?
Toothbrush.
You don't brush your
change
teeth
your clothes.
anyway.
What? Change your clothes. You don't change your clothes.
What?
And laptop.
And if it rains, that's the shower, so
That's
sorted.
true. Okay, neither of those are concerned. Accommodation.
Accommodation. Yeah.
Finding accommodation in August could be really tricky. One of our listeners, Jim Carmichael, friendly listener from Australia, never met the guy, but he's the one that offered us to crash at his little house in a little village.
Yeah, wow, that was so nice.
I know. So we're gonna. I looked it up on the
Beautiful
map.
surprise that was.
So his little place is in just to the east of La Rochelle, about 3 hours on the scooter.
Yeah.
So it's out of the love heart. You know what I was thinking? It kind of, you know when they draw the love hearts with the arrow through it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is a bit of the arrow.
Is this the arrow?
Yeah, because we have to go back.
But then we
here
have to do the same on the other side, and we just have to
We
find
could
a
justify it, Strasbourg,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because that
good
is
idea.
out of the loop as well.
Okay, good.
Anyway, that was a really nice gesture, Jim, and we're going to take you up on it. But if
I'm
anyone
looking forward
else
to that.
anyone else has similar ideas or similar, if anyone's got a chateau, if anyone's listening and they're thinking, hang on, I've got a chateau vaguely on
Yeah.
that route, it's just sitting empty.
Yeah.
Get in touch. That would be
Yeah,
pretty
if you
fun.
want someone to water your plants,
Oh, yeah.
let us know.
Let's hope it's not raining.
Yeah, we'd be like, plant water is on the road.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
You may cut that out if you want.
I got another main concern here, and this is a big one. Main roads. The
Yes.
scooter, you're not allowed to take a highway if the scooter
It's
can't
kind of
get
like
up
a
to the speed.
bicycle,
I know, but
like a very fat bicycle.
well, the concern is finding out how to get there, because if you
Yeah.
go on Google Maps, it just suggests the quickest way, which is the main highways. And we've having a scooter in Paris, you notice really quickly, you get really scared when you approach the big périphérique ring road that goes around the city.
Yeah.
Because if you drive, it's illegal to drive on that. And when you get close to it, you
And
don't
you
know
don't
if you
even want to touch it
It's
because
like a
that is
tornado.
sheer horror.
Yeah.
It's
And
horrible.
It sucks you in when you get too close. Anyway, so that's something, when you go on Google Maps and put in as if you're a cyclist, because you can change it if you're walking or cycling, but then it gives you cycle paths and stuff too. So
Yeah.
anyone that's been on a scooter trip around France, also want you to get in touch. Basically,
Yeah.
that's the theme of this episode. Get in touch if you've got ideas, because I want to hear them. And I want you guys to share your knowledge to help us figure out France.
Yeah, and the do's and the don'ts.
Yeah, the do's and the don'ts. Cool.
Definitely.
So what I wanted to finish on is I wanted to do 3 each of things that we want to see, like a wish list.
Okay, great.
And I think we haven't told each other what these are, so these could be wildly different.
Yes.
But perhaps you could just start off with whatever you've come up with.
No, you start.
Okay.
You start.
There's one thing that I really want to do is down near Bordeaux somewhere, there's this big sand dune called the Dune du Pilat.
I feel like I've heard that in a song as well.
Yeah,
In a
it is in
French
a song.
song?
It's in a Julien Doré song.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to go down there because it's the biggest sand dune in the whole of Europe. And I want to go and check that out.
Oh yeah, that's very cool.
So
Is it the Australian in you craves the beach and the sand?
I just think it looks really cool. You can slide down it. I think we should do lots of that kind of stuff where you sort of I guess it's a top touristy kind of thing to do, but it's just there. Apparently it's just really beautiful.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
And the sun would, because it's in the west, the sun would set.
How big is it? Can you like walk around it in a day?
I think so. I don't think it's that big that it's like unmanageable, but people slide down it on I don't know,
on those carpety things.
Yeah, so I think we should do that.
Yeah,
that's one of my ideas. It's out of the way as well from the love heart, but it's just a bit of a
another arrow.
That's okay. Yeah. Lots of arrows coming out of the heart. Ventricles.
Yeah.
Okay, what have you got?
Okay, mine are a bit different to that. It's not so much exactly a place, but I really want to see the proper French countryside. And
that's the whole point.
Yeah, but like really just a farm. I want to go to a French farm, and I would love to milk a French cow.
You want to milk une vache?
Yeah, I want to milk a vache, and I would like to sit down with a farmer and taste the milk.
Do you suppose the farmers will let us do this kind of stuff? This is another thing I'm not sure about.
I can't see why not.
So
helping their workload.
So we're milking one cow. So we call ahead. We go, hey, we're doing season 4 of the Eiffel Tower. They're like, quoi?
Yeah, I basically want to do like,
we want to milk one of your vaches.
Yeah, when celebrities or queens, maybe it is actually royalty, they just cut the ribbon and they like pretend to take one shovel thing of coal. And then they're like, I want to do that, but with a
you want to do a
with a cow. And then move on.
You want to do a like celebratory squeeze of a cow's teat.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one.
Yes, that would make me happy.
But that brings up, this is what I want to do to share it with the listeners and the viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Mm-hmm. By the way, new YouTube channel, subscribe to it. Just put in Earful Tower on YouTube. I want to do that kind of stuff. I want to make videos of exactly that kind of stuff. I want to show France in this trip, and I want to do it as much as possible. Because we won't have the studio to record episodes. I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 episodes a week, but a lot of videos, even live videos.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
Similar to that, I've got one that I want to do.
Oh yeah? What's that?
I was talking to some chefs here in Paris, and they said that they'd been around harvesting apples.
Oh yeah.
I think that would really be cool if we go through bits of Normandy and Brittany to go and see cider being made.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to do that.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah, so we have to research that. But I don't know if we have any Breton cider makers listening. Because we are going through Brittany. Give me a call. I'd love to check out your apples.
Oh, that's a very good one. I like that a lot. Ours are kind of connected. Farmy.
Yeah, well, when you said it made me think about it. What else have you got?
Okay, so my second one is... I'm going to stay on the same subject. It's very food oriented, but I would like
the countryside.
I want to go to Brie actually and see how they make the legendary cheese that we all eat.
Because a lot of the cheeses in France, they have where the village they come from, they're named after that village.
Yeah,
like Brie and like Camembert and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could go to that. That'll be fun getting pictures of all the streets, not the street signs. Welcome to Camembert. Welcome to Brie. You want to go to Brie of all the cheeses though? Do you like Brie?
I love Brie. Yeah. It's very, very basic.
Yeah.
I'm kind of basic. No, but it's good. It's good. It's beautiful with some honey, actually.
We could go to like the Brie place where they're actually making it. That would be fun. Learn how to make cheese. Yeah. I like that.
Exactly. That'd be cool.
Okay, my third one.
Yeah, that's the third one.
Also, if there are any Brie farmers out there listening, let us know. Because I don't know, is there one place that makes Brie cheese? These are the things I can't wait to
it's a little region,
explore.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think
it's
just
area,
a village.
Or is it one village?
It's just a village.
Ah.
But this is what we're researching. We're
going
to be
maybe
spending...
it was like Champagne and they had a whole...
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Whole assembly.
No, Champagne is an actual sort of region. I don't know. This is the whole point, figuring out France.
Yeah,
this is a preview for what we're going to be spending a whole 4 weeks, 6 weeks doing. Send your ideas. Okay, my third one, this is quite an easy one. I want to see French village life. And that can be anywhere. I want to go and stay. I want to rock up to a tiny village without having sorted accommodation or anything. And I kind of want to stay there for 2 days. Yeah. Just really middle of the nowhere village. And I want to watch the villagers in action.
Kind of like a zoo.
No, not at all like a zoo. I want to see what it's like. Life in it's called La France Profonde. Like the outside of Paris.
Yeah.
I want to see the people. I've had guests on this show before who talk about you go to a bakery, you have to talk. You don't have to, but everyone speaks 20 minutes with the person. So if you're in a queue of 3 people, you can count on it taking like 40 minutes sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to do that.
It's so different to Paris.
Exactly. In
Oh,
Paris,
that's interesting.
In Paris, if you start talking to the baker and there's 3 people in queue, they're so panicked and they don't have their car horn, they just start beeping. They're just like going beep, beep, hurry, 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 like that.
Yeah. You get it.
But I want to see it in the village. I want to go and experience. I want to buy food in a local supermarket or market or whatever they have. I want to cook it. I want to meet the mayor.
Ideally, you want to stay in someone's house,
Yeah.
just hang out.
I mean, exactly. Or a gîte or something like that. So that's one
Learn
of
how
my...
to cook French style.
We're only going to be there for like 1 day or 2 days.
I don't know.
Well, we could, but that kind of thing. That's what I really want to do. I mentioned those 20 cities before, like Rennes and Bordeaux and stuff. That would be really fun. But I just kind of want to get a glance at those places. I want to sort of scoot in, park the bike in Bordeaux, walk around for the day, and then get on with it.
Exactly. And I'm just so curious to see if the smaller towns up in the north of France are similar to the smaller towns down south, and what the
I
main
suspect they're not.
difference would be.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
And yeah, it'd be such a great chance to really...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'm
it'll
so
help us
excited
understand
now.
French people. French people hate, as I've understood, French people hate it when you think they're all Parisians, and Parisians hate it when you think they're all French. You know, it's like a completely different thing.
Yeah, Paris is not France.
And France is not Paris. We can't leave it on that note, though, because you need to do one more.
Okay, one more. Well, okay, I'm just going to squeeze in 2 in one. Why one?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, I'm just really looking forward to the road. I love driving a scooter on the roads in the summertime. It's just so nice. I think it was last summer we rented some scooters down in Nice, and we went on the beautiful hilly
Riviera.
roads down up to the like a little beautiful town and down towards the coast, and we saw the sea.
You can feel that. You can feel
it's
different to
so
when you're in a car,
nice.
isn't it? You can just feel it coming.
And you can smell it.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. So I'm just really looking forward to the road, the open road. And also, I would love to go to Grasse.
Grasse?
Yes.
Oh, why?
The perfumed city.
Ah, down in the south.
Yeah, it
Why?
would be very interesting to see how they make perfume and maybe even be able, I'm not sure if you can do this, but I'm sure you can somehow try to make your own perfume.
You want to make a honeymoon scent?
Yes, wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, the Earful Tower.
The
Then we can bottle it up and sell it to people. What would it smell like?
It would smell like fresh croissants.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yep. Crocodile.
A bit of
Paris sewers.
bit of
Bookshops.
sewers. A bit of smog.
Yep.
If that smells like
I'm
anything.
not buying your perfume.
I think it's and gasoline from the scooter.
Fumes. All right. Well, that's a good idea, actually. All those places, I think we can put on the map.
I think so.
And we
I
can
think
probably
it's doable.
knock a
I'm
few
so
off
excited.
at once. But you guys listening, this is what we're working on behind the scenes. We're trying to put together a really cool idea of this trip.
I think it's going to be such a visual trip as well.
Yeah. It's going to be really nice to share. We'll video it a lot.
Yeah.
We'll put up a lot of... We'll do walk shows. We'll do
Yeah.
live Facebook videos. We'll do episodes. But it all hangs on whether people are interested. If they're not, we'll turn off the cameras. If you guys are interested, I really want you to support it by leaving your comments, sharing the story, sending your suggestions so that we can...
So we get the most out of this.
Yeah, I want to make the most of it. I don't want to get back and someone say, oh, you should have gone to Angoulême. I said, well, why didn't you tell me that 2 months ago? I'm not going back down there again.
But then we have to do every year.
Oh,
We
man.
have to do a pilgrimage.
Goodness gracious. Okay, well, I think that's a pretty good preview of what's coming up in August, September 2018.
Yeah, the honeymoon season.
The honeymoon season 4. It'll be the quickest season. It'll probably just take,
It'll be zooming past.
yeah.
The speed of a scooter.
40 kilometers an hour.
Oh, yeah.
For American listeners or anyone who doesn't know how fast 40 kilometers an hour is,
It's not very fast.
40 kilometers are 24 miles. Okay, so it's not very fast at all.
No.
It's a third the speed of a car on a motorway.
Yeah, you have enough time to take it all in.
The good news is petrol refills are only €5.
And how often will we need that?
That's the only good news. I don't know, every 100 kilometers.
Yeah, so
These are
we
things
need
you need to think about.
Yeah, we need to bring extra.
Yep.
In case there's nothing.
I told a motorbike rider the other day about this trip, and she said, once you're in the back end of France, you can go miles and miles without seeing a petrol station.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But this is all part of the trip. All part of the trip. Anyway.
We need to bring a tent, I think.
I'm going to... Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah.
I'm going to be updating probably most of the episodes with our progress on this, a little bit at the end, where I usually read the reviews. I'm going to be, updating the progress on the honeymoon season. And Lina, until season 4, thanks for coming into the studio.
Oh, thank you.
I'll see you at home.
See you at home.
You're listening to the Earful Tower podcast.
Okay, that was Lina, my fiance, soon-to-be wife. That was the trip. If you're still listening this far, I assume that means you like the idea. I can't stress it enough. Get in touch, even if you just send me an email with support. I want to see if this is going to work. I'm really interested in doing it, and I'm really interested in sharing it. And this is going to be the bit where I share updates from now on, but seeming you've just had a massive update, I'll read some reviews, because I got 2 really nice ones this week from you lovely listeners, and I shall read them out. The first is from Elena Florence, and she says, culture plus whimsy in my cubicle. Sounds like a Seeking ad or something like that. Lena, you were meant to have turned your microphone off.
I'm sorry,
okay, Lena's still here for
in.
this. Elena Florence, so she says, I'm working, I'll do it in the tone that I think that she wrote this. I'm working the most boring temp job imaginable. Ugh. But Oliver's brought Paris to my little grey corner, making my days more enjoyable than tedious. Listen if you love Paris, friendly conversation, and culture. A really cute and fun show. Oh, Elena, that's so nice.
That is very
5
nice.
stars. If she's listening now, if you're listening,
Wow.
Elena Florence.
5 stars to you, Elena.
Yeah, 5 stars back to you. It sounds like you're probably having a boring day in your grey cubicle. Put up a window. Even if you just print out a window showing Paris outside.
Yeah.
So you feel like
Buy
a gift.
baguette.
Buy a baguette.
Wear a beret.
Have a nice stand up and just yell. Have some fun.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
But have fun.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to bring you 30 minutes of escapism. 5-star review, lovely. Speaking of escapism, the next review is from Walking Jones, a flaneur by the sounds of it. And it's titled Glorious Escapism. 5 stars. Mm-hmm. Another 5 stars. It says, as someone, I'll guess the tone as well.
Okay.
As someone who lived in Paris for several years and wishes she still did, this podcast gets me through the day. The best escapism there is. That's great, Walking Jones. I'm happy to... Wow. The reason I read these reviews like yours, Walking Jones, and yours, Elena Florence, off iTunes, is the rumor is, as I've understood it, is that the more reviews people put on, they make it easier to find a podcast. And, that makes it grow. And the more the podcast grows, the more I can make it my full-time job, and we can all live happily ever after. Mm. So thanks for leaving the reviews, guys. Keep them coming, and I'll read the occasional ones. Anything to add, Lina? See me you hung around?
Okay, what can I add? Last sentence. Well, I'll see you in August.
Yep.
September. I'll see you in September.
And to follow Lina, you can put on @Parisian Postcards, which is her Instagram. Or she's a shoemaker. Deuxième Studios.
Yeah.
DEUXIEME. Yeah, shoe designer.
I don't actually make
You're
them.
not a cobbler.
That'd be very cool.
No.
I need to learn how to do that.
Anyway, that's how people can find you. If they want to find the Earful Tower, well, you found it already. But follow on Facebook, follow on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube to the new channel. I'm probably going to be doing a bit more stuff there. And I'll see you in a week's time. Or maybe at the show on Wednesday. Have a lovely week.